Scooch over.
I'm in the picture.
I'm
in the picture. All right, we're good.
All right.
I am Christian Wilson,
And I'm Cody Ellis.
and we are Skyax Studios.
That's right. We're gonna do a review for Mission Impossible 5. Rogue
the
Nation.
best Mission Impossible.
Rogue Nation.
Actually, I don't know if it is. I really liked it, but
I liked it.
that's
too.
not the point.
Yeah.
So, I thought it was a great movie. I thought it was a nice combination of action and comedy, and it was a nice balance of the two things. That it didn't take it too seriously, but also didn't just completely ruin the whole spy genre. What did you think of it?
It was pretty good. I like the action comedy of the movie. Comedy and action really goes well together. Unlike Fantastic Four.
That movie sucks.
Yeah, it really does. If you want to check that out, you can look at it.
So the first thing we're going to look at is the casting, the actors we had. Tom Cruise, as you know, he's been in all 5 movies.
He's old now.
He is. But despite how old he is, the fact that he can still do movies like this really shows that he's willing to persevere and is a good actor, that he's not, I'm old and I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, he did some of his own stunts in the movie.
Yes. And at his age, doing all that crazy shit, I can't even do that. And I'm 19.
And I'm 20.
Yes,
how that makes him sad.
Yeah. Tom Cruise is a great actor. I think he should do more movies.
Yeah.
Rebecca Ferguson, who stole the show, I think.
Wow, she's hot.
She is.
Yeah.
That was one of the great things.
She's one of the girls that I have dreams about.
And I'm not in those dreams. But no, they could have made the movie about her, and it still would have been just as good. Her character's name was Ilsa, right?
I think so.
Yeah, she was this female British spy. That was she on Tom Cruise's side? Was she on the Rogue Nation side? Was she on the British side? She was just all over the place.
Man.
Yes, she's a spy. That her role was a spy. She was on all sides.
Yeah.
And she's hot.
Yeah, she's hot.
We can't emphasize that anymore.
I saw that naked scene.
All right, and Simon Pegg. Simon Pegg.
Funny guy.
Yes.
Yes.
What was his name in the movie?
Did you wrote down in here?
No, I didn't write the characters' names.
Oh.
I should.
Well, I forget.
But anyway, Simon Pegg. That was one of the best things that Mission Impossible did to their franchise. He came in. Did he come in Mission Impossible 3 or 4?
He came in 4.
4, yeah.
Ghost Protocol.
That was one of the greatest things they did to this franchise, because Simon Pegg, he's hilarious, but he's a nerd, and he's got this great nugget of stuff that this movie needed.
Yeah.
And
I like that scene when he was playing the video games when he was at work.
Yeah, that would be me. That's my job.
Yeah.
No, he's great in a bunch of other things, and putting him in this movie was definitely a good idea. I liked that he was the techie. He was doing all the computer stuff, because I like computer stuff. Anything else you want to say about Simon Pegg?
Simon Pegg, funny guy. Don't know much about any other movies he was in. I haven't catch up on any of that, but I heard that he's going to be in the new Star Wars film.
What? I didn't know that!
Did you see the Comic-Con reel?
No! We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Alright, Alec Baldwin as Hunley, who's he's the head of the CIA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was confusing whether he was the good guy or the bad guy. I mean,
at the beginning, he was just he's looking at the MI5, the Mission Impossible Force, very analytically, and he's like, all your stuff is random and luck, and I don't know if we should use a spy agent like that, agency like that, when we have the CIA. And then they do it anyway, because that's who Ethan Hunt is. And once he finally sees the results, he becomes the new director
CIA.
The secretary. The
secretary,
secretary
yeah.
of the Mission Impossible Force, and so he's completely on board for it. At the beginning, he's like, "We must shut down the Mission Impossible Force." And in the movie, we have to reinstate the Mission Impossible Force in this. And people are like, "What are you talking about?"
Did you forget? Did you forget about
Who?
Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, I put him on there.
Yeah, he totally forgot about Jeremy Renner.
I know. I had to write it in later.
How dare you? He was Hawkeye.
I know. Jeremy Renner was in the last Mission Impossible too. He was a good. He's almost like the head of the team minus Ethan, because Ethan is the the overall head of the team, but Ethan's the one that like goes on missions and stuff. Whereas what Jeremy does is Jeremy Renner, I forget his character's name. He's the head of the technical part. Like he's the one leading
Brent.
Everybody. What?
His name is Brent in the movie.
Brent?
Yeah, Brent.
And he's like leading all the stuff, away from all the action and stuff. So like he's almost second in command. He's
Yeah.
he's very important.
I do not confirm or deny.
That was my favorite line of the movie. I can neither confirm nor deny the actions of the Mission Impossible Force without permission from the Secretary. And then Alec Baldwin becomes the Secretary. Vig Rhames as Luther. I thought that was a great acting choice. I like how Luther has been in from the very first movie, and he survived every single movie besides Ethan.
I have to watch those movies again because I forget about what I saw.
You forgot who Luther is?
No, I know who he is.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Because no, he's great. Like I love it how like in the first movie he's like, is he on the side of Ethan? Is he not on the side of Ethan? And then, he ends up being Ethan's friend for like the rest of the 5 movies. So, I'm very glad that they had him in there. I like his character.
Yeah, he's good.
When it comes to the situations about the movie itself, it was very over the top, but it worked. It wasn't like the movie was trying to be like serious. It was humorous enough, but it didn't try to take itself too seriously. Like it was trying to like make fun of James Bond or some other spy movie like that. It's different than Bond. Like it's definitely not the same.
Bond was too serious of a spy movie, but this one has more humor than that. Like they kind of.
But Bond's seriousness works. Like that's James Bond. James Bond is not meant to be a comedic series. Mission Impossible should have been a comedic series from the beginning, and they finally figured that out.
Yeah.
Like I said, 3 through 5, Mission Impossible. This is going off the whole series, not just the 5th movie. They're very good. Their action comedy, it was really working. They finally found a niche that Mission Impossible goes into, and they've stuck with it, and that's great. The first 2 movies, they're a bit more serious. So like if you just wanted like to watch a different Bond movie, you'd watch the first and second one. The second one's kind of funny in a way because it was directed by I forget what his name is, but this like Chinese karate director guy, and so it was like this is an American spy movie with martial arts in it.
Yeah, and J.J. Abrams directed the third movie.
That's right. And then Brad Bird, right?
Brad Bird was great director.
The fourth one.
Yeah,
and then
he
this
directed
one.
The Incredibles.
Who did this one?
I forget his name.
Anyway, whoever directed this one, they did a good job.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about Mission Impossible, just in general, is I like all the fun gadgets and all the things to do. Like if you're a spy, like they have the. My favorite gadget of theirs is the face mask.
Yeah.
That like in every movie they use the face mask, and it always amazes me how they can come up with the mask. So
they did that in Winter Soldier. Remember that when Scarlet Witch. No, not Scarlet Witch. I mean Black Widow. Disguised herself as one of the board directors.
And then they have the little voice piece that goes on their throat, so it sounds like they're that person.
Yeah.
And then that's been my favorite, especially in the second one when he switches between him and Sean Bean, and then the bad guy shoots his best friend, and then he pulls his mask off, and he's like, "Oh, I shot my best friend. I didn't shoot Ethan Hunt." But it had a lot of nice twists, especially with Ilsa being like, "What side is she on? What's going on?" And they finally caught the bad guy, of course. And it was just like...
The bad guy was too nerdy. Really nerdy.
Well, the bad guy, he's kind of like the Joker. He wanted controlled chaos. Like, they have all these things that, like...
But he had a weird voice.
If you didn't...
I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
Well, he has to have a thing. Like, oh, that's the bad guy that has that, so that we know which movie you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to hurt you. Really, really... bad.
Because that's what he wanted. Like, if you didn't think about it the way he thought about it, it would seem like random and chaotic. But if you thought like the way he thought it, everything goes according to plan. Like, everything is like, it's going to do this, and then do this, and then do this. Like, he knew exactly what was going to happen. And that's how they caught him at the end, is that it seemed like Tom Cruise just randomly fell into a hole in a warehouse, but nope, that's where they had the glass box that they could capture him in. They need to make more movies like this. I think the action... comedy thing is a good style that they need to make movies in. It's worked for a lot of movies.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you have movies that try to take themselves too seriously and it doesn't work, it doesn't work. There are some movies that are serious, like The Dark Knight. That movie is a serious movie, but it works.
It worked.
Ultron Ultron tried to make it was weird because it tried to take itself too
It was
seriously
both dark and
tried
comedy.
to be too funny. Like they went on two extremes instead of trying to make.
It was still good.
I know, but
Yeah.
there are definitely things that they could have done.
He's still bothered by the Ultron thing.
Well, Ultron is not. The way they portrayed Ultron in that movie is not Ultron. They screwed it.
Yeah, he in the comics he's more robotic, and
He's just die.
Die.
Kind of like Doom in the new Fantastic Four. That's the only good thing about Doom.
yeah, because he was too powerful in that movie.
So is there anything else you want to say?
There's nothing much to say.
I know. Oh, I got through all the notes. But is there anything like you just want to say about offhand that you liked about the movie?
Rebecca Ferguson. She's hot.
That's a good note to end on.
Yeah, I'd like to meet her one day.
I think we all would.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening to our review. If you got more comments about what we should talk about, go down below.
Subscribe to Sky Studios. And like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Sky Studios.
Support us so we can eventually make our own movies that you can write reviews about.
Yes, that's right.
All right, we're good?
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right.